if you need to. So on your sheet, you got something that looked like a heart. Okay, so on the inside, we have and this is a word bank over here. And basically, what I'm wanting you guys to do is just label the layers of the heart. So the first one is the very inside. And this is known as the what? Endocardium, right? It's because it's on the inside. Next, you have the myocardium. And what does myocardium mean?
Muscle.
Right. So this is the muscular. So it's still inside the heart. This is all still inside the heart. This is the myocardial layer because it's the muscle. Because in Latin, myo means muscle and cardiac means like cardiac, which means heart. So this is what that is. And then next we have the epicardium, also known as the visceral layer. This is the part that just it's kind of out, this is like the outside of the heart. So it's like a capsule kind of. So we're gonna have like two capsules on the heart. We're gonna have this epicardium, and then we're gonna have like the pouch that sits around it. So in this picture, it's circular, and that's just to show you that it's just pouch. It's really close up to the heart. It's actually the shape of a heart, but for the sake of the diagram, it's just something that just sits around the heart. So it's not actually part of the heart, but it is a layer. So between that, so you have this layer, right? But what is between the heart and the pouch? What is that called? It's a space. There's no
Pericardial cavity.
What is this?
Pericardial cavity.
Yeah, it's the cavity. So it's just space. There's nothing in here. Because there's a space. So the pericardial cavity is the space around the heart, separating the heart from the pouch, the protective layers. That's what the pouch is. It just kind of protects it. It's not actually circular, but it's just easier for the diagram. Just think about it that way. So you have the pericardial cavity, and then next you have the what?
Parietal layer.
What is this?
The parietal layer.
So this is so you have your endocardium, your myocardium, your epicardium, which is just around the heart. You have your parietal cavity, so this is just space, and now you have your parietal. Wait, what? Right, parietal layer. Right? Is that okay? Parietal. Sorry. I just want to make sure I'm saying it all right. And then around your parietal layer, you're going to have what?
Fibrous.
Yep, you're going to have your fibers. So this is just, this fibrous layer is just really, it's a nice, solid like meshwork, because why would we want it to be fibrous? Why would we want it to be strong?
To protect it.
Yeah, for protection. So this is the fibrous layer. Does this make sense?
So epicardium, and then pericardial cavity, and then parietal layer, and then fibrous layer?
Yep.
Okay.
That makes sense. It kind of, when you're looking at the diagram, it can get kind of iffy. Another thing too is that the so the visceral pericardium, so the epicardium. So if you get a question, it's asking for a visceral pericardium or the epicardium. It's the same thing. So this is epicardium slash visceral. I think I spelled that right. Okay. Does that make sense? So if you get something like that, the visceral and because there's the pericardium, which is like your pouch, right? But then there's the actual parts of the heart, and that's what these two are. But the epicardium, as you can see here, and the visceral pericardium, so the visceral pericardium and the epicardium are the same layer.
Okay.
It's the same thing. So even it's kind of included in both categories. But this is supposed to kind of help. So if you get a test question and it's asking for what, wait, I lost it. I'm sorry. Okay. But
would it be less maybe a diagram and then we would just have to label X or?
I don't know if she's going to give you a diagram, but maybe this is more anatomically correct. So you can see this is your endocardium, it's the inside of the heart. Your myocardium is the thick muscular part. And then you have your visceral layer, but it's also called your epicardium. And just kind of sits out there. It's kind of like a capsule around the heart. Then you have the pericardial space, which is just the cavity. And then in the pericardium, so in the pouch that sits around the heart, you have your parietal layer, and then you have your fibrous layer to kind of sit around it, protect it. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna turn that off. So.